Okay, let's get started. The approach we're going to take is to get as much as possible done with the first web page. Okay, and what does that mean? That means we've got our common content in the first page, we've got our common tag structure on the first page, and we've got our common styles on the first page. Okay, when we've got the first page done, all we need to do for the next two pages is to just save as twice. Okay, and then go in and change the content. Okay, so that's the plan of campaign. So the first thing I need to do is to create a new web page. Okay, and immediately I am going to save as. And let me just navigate to the correct folder. Okay, here's my Ring of Gullion folder that I created in the previous video. So in here, index and save as type, and we just find HTML. There we go there. Okay, so what this means is straight away, as soon as I start typing, okay, and then we've got our HTML tag. Okay, you can see those words are taken on a different color because they represent HTML tags. So the first is a comment, and the second one is an actual tag itself. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. What you can do, okay, I'm going to cheat big time, but you can cheat little time. If you go into Moodle, you'll find HTML web page template code in there that you can just take. So when you're starting off a new page, a new web page, you're not just starting with an empty screen. So go into Moodle, find the template, and copy that text or copy that those tags and put it in here. Okay, what I've actually done here is I've actually got all my code here. Okay, in another web page. Sorry, is one of the perks of lecturing. You can get prepared in advance. Okay, so what this code here represents is the discussion on page 7 of the document. So if I just scroll up here, let's see we've got a HTML tag, and we've got the head tag, has all the housekeeping tags. You can think about that, what sort of character set we're going to use, what's the title, and then we're into the body. Okay, one of the first things you need to do on page 7 is to create a body tag, then create a div tag, and set the ID for that div tag to be a wrapper. Okay, div is short for division. It just allows us to break up that page. So everything basically inside the browser window is inside the div tag. If we come over here on the left hand side, you see the little red box there with the minus in it. That allows us to collapse the code. Okay, so what we're seeing now tells me that I have only one tag, a div tag, immediately inside the body tag. Okay, so what's actually inside? The purpose of the div tag with ID equals wrapper is to center the entire web page contents. Okay, so you can see that on pages 2, 3, and 4, the screenshots of the final product. Content is all centered. So what have we got inside the div? We've got a header, okay, which is going to be common to all 3 web pages. We've got the navigation between the 3 web pages. That has to be the same for all web pages. We've got the main, which is going to have the unique contents and some unique styling. And then we've got the footer. Yeah, so we've got 4 parts to each page. Header is common, nav is common, footer is common, main is unique. Okay, so let's put our content in here. This will be equivalent to page 9. The screenshot in page 9 is the code and content for the first web page. So that's what you have to aim for. Okay, when you have all the code in page 9 typed in and you run that in the browser, it should look like page 8. Okay, I don't know why they're backwards, but there it is. Okay, so I need to get my content now. My text content, it's inside index.txt. Okay, so I'm going to select all that, Control A, Control C. Okay, good habit to get into. Close documents when you're finished using them. Okay, and what I'm going to do then is I am going to go down beyond the HTML and I'm going to paste it all in there. Okay, you could take the opposite approach to put the index.txt code in first, or sorry, content in first, and then add in the tags afterwards. It's up to yourself what you want to do. Both ways will get you there in the end. So the very first line, if you remember, I'm just going to select that and cut it, Control X, not delete it. Okay, cut means I can use it again. If you select some text and press the delete key on the keyboard, you've lost that. So I want to paste that in there. So that's going to be in there. If we display this in the browser, it's going to look kind of fairly hairy there, not too impressive. Okay, there's no screenshot of that, so that doesn't look too impressive. So really it's just because we haven't got the content in the right places. Okay, so let's work our way through this systematically. Let's cut out the banner image and move that inside the header. Okay, and if you notice, I'm trying to keep my code as indented as possible, and the reason I'm doing that is so I can see what tag is inside what other tag. Okay, for example, the image tag is a child tag of the header tag. The header tag is a child tag of the div tag, or another way to think about it is the div tag is the parent of the header tag. Okay, so this is going to take a while, and every so often I'm just doing Control S to save my content. Okay, so what's next? The nav, let's get the nav sorted. These three links here. Okay, just cut those. And let's come in here. Okay, and just try and keep the indent. Okay, and so on like that. Okay, so you just keep working away on that until you get your web page code looking like page 9 in the instructions, and that should look like when you display it in the browser, that should look like page 8.